Hey guys, it's Magda. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build. So, today I am building a house in the world of Willow Creek. The name of it is kind of long just because there's a lot going on in this house. So, it is base game and seasons only. So, I did limit myself to those two packs, and then also it is only a one level house, which I do not make enough of. Um, so yeah, so this is a different type of build for me, but I'm really pleased with how it came out. I'm not sure what I'm going to title this just yet, just because it is a little bit lengthy, specifically for this build. But yes, I did limit myself only to using seasons and base game. And honestly, I had a lot of fun. I feel like I played a lot with the arches for this house just because it is a one level house. I wanted it to have still like character or like some type of dimension or dynamic to the house. Of course, without it having a second level floor. So I did play with the arches a little bit, and I'm very pleased with how it came out. I did struggle with the color scheme at one point. I wanted it to be a brown house, but I feel like lately I've been gravitating to a lot of like brown exteriors, I mean. So I wanted it to be a little bit different. So I believe the colors I settled for was blue and gray. I think like the gray stone stays on the exterior, and I ended up just doing the brown paneling, switching it up to the blue paneling. So I'm really pleased with how it came out. This house does have 3 bedrooms and 3 full bathrooms. So the guest bathroom does have a shower, so I consider it a full bathroom. And then there's 2 rooms for 2 kids. They have their bathroom, and then there's an ensuite for the parents' bedroom. And then what I really liked about this house as well is it has like a detached garage on the side, which I build to be a garage, but so there's like a garage door, a fake garage door. But I do place like gym equipment. I put a TV there and like some storage containers that come with seasons. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how that came out as well. Because normally when I do make garages, I make them attached to the house. So yeah, so this was a little bit different overall, to say the least. I'm really pleased with how it came out though. And then I do have a side door for the house. Normally, I do back doors. I always try to have at least 2 forms of like entry into the house. Um, that's just me, like thinking realistically. For most homes, you would probably find 2 doors, like a back door, a side door, just in case of an emergency or something. So that's my thought process. I always try to fit in a back door or side door um, in my builds. So that was that. And I like this one because it's right off like the driveway, and it leads in directly to the kitchen. So in my head, I feel like the Sims that live here, that's probably like their main door that they use. Like the front one is just for guests. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how it came out. And this house, honestly, is very spacious. I feel like it doesn't really look like it from the outside, but again, I was able to fit those 3 bathrooms, and then also a formal dining room as well. And then for the kitchen, I don't have like a breakfast table or anything, I don't think, but I do have a island, if I'm not mistaken. I have an island with some bar stools, and yeah, I'm really pleased with how it came out. I think like the thought process for this family that I was thinking it to be was probably a family with 2 daughters, maybe like a teenager, and then maybe just another young daughter. And I wanted to kind of like think outside of the box just because I was already going all in as far as like making it only base game and seasons. So limiting myself there, and then also making it to where it's only one level. So all of this is, out of my comfort level. Normally I do make those 2-story houses, and normally I don't limit myself. So because I was already doing that, I was thinking about the personalities for the kids' personalities to just be different from what I normally do. And what I did for one of the girls' rooms, for the child room, I'm thinking that she's really into space. And I like that because normally when I do space themed bedrooms, I normally do it for more of like boy colors, so like blue, green, red. And this one was all pink and purple. So I'm really pleased with how that bedroom turned out. That's probably my favorite bedroom in the house. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how it came out. I did cut out most of the floor plan, I believe, just because even though I did have the space in the inside, I wanted it to flow um, all like consistently. I don't know if that makes sense. So I did cut out a lot of like the back and forth of the rooms to where I was wanting them to be, because I knew for the beginning, like when I placed the door on the side, I knew that's where I wanted the kitchen to be, just because it made sense in my head. I normally add them in like kitchens or even the living rooms, but the living rooms I always like to place them towards like the center of the house, or like it be one of the first things you see when you walk into a house. So I knew that that wasn't going to work just because it was off to the side, and I had to make sure that I had enough space to um, place the dining room and all that good stuff. So that was my thought process behind there. And I did go back and forth with the kitchen just because I feel like this game kind of helped me realize how I always thought that there was more items to seasons. And I mean there are a lot of items, but just the items that I normally use are not from that pack. Especially when it came for like kitchen items. I feel like we don't really have um many like kitchen items besides like, I think some of like the food items, I think, might come from seasons. I might be mistaken. My memory's pretty bad, but that is like why I used mostly base game for the kitchen, just because I feel like I was a little bit more limited to that. So, um, the color scheme pretty much stays for the kitchen. I think I changed the flooring. I might be mistaken. I know I did go back and forth from the flooring because I wanted it to be a little bit different from the rest of the house, because the rest of the house just has mainly like the wood flooring, which I do change, I believe, to a darker wood tone. But I'm not sure if I put it in the kitchen as well or if I just keep the tile. I know I do place a table though, which is, it can be used as a breakfast table, but I saw it more as like an entry table. As soon as you come in through this door to the side door, um, this circle table, yes. So it's the round table, and I think I put like a fruit basket or some flowers. But yeah, I'm thinking because they use mainly this side door to come in from the driveway, that this is probably like the place where they place their keys or like, whatever they have with them. And I feel like you could put some chairs around it, but I feel like it was just a bit repetitive just because you can see the dining room directly from that spot, and it just didn't make sense to have like two eating tables back to back like that. So that's why I just picked out the smallest one and kind of made it into like a little entry table. So that was that thought process. And I just put some random clutter items. I normally don't do books in kitchens unless they're like on actual shelves in the kitchen. But I feel like it made sense here for this one near the microwave. Kind of thinking that maybe they're like cookbooks or something. So, and yeah, most of these items, like I said, are just base game. Um, And then once I'm done here, I do move on into the dining room. The dining room was something that I did kind of go back and forth as well, because I really didn't have like an overall color scheme for the house. I normally try to pick a room that would probably be the easiest to decorate, and kind of get ideas from that and like set the overall theme of the entire house. And I thought the dining room was going to be the easiest one to do just because I feel like it was a pretty good shape. Um, and yeah, I feel like dining rooms I really don't really struggle with, but for some reason here, I just was not liking like the color swatches together, and I wanted to do something different because I feel like I normally do like modern type of builds, or I don't know, I just wanted to make it look a little bit different from the rest of my builds. I don't know if I achieved that, but I'm really happy with how it came out. But once I had like the overall aesthetic for the dining room, I feel like that's what kind of helped to kind of for the rest of the house. And I scratch out the idea of the island in the kitchen. I just remembered my thought process behind this is because it is a longer kitchen and narrow. I feel like it was gonna look weird to have that extra counter space for like an island. So I just settled with that round table for the entryway, and then this is like their main eating space. And I feel like I used several more items from Seasons in this room. I know the curtains, the table, both of the tables. So the table where the mirror's at and then the main dining table are both from Seasons. I'm not sure about the chairs. I don't think they are. I think they're from Base Game. But besides that, everything else is Base Game, I'm pretty sure. And I use this kind of same color scheme for the main parents' bedroom. I used the same wallpaper, and then for there, I think I did use the Seasons nightstands and the nightstands and the bed for the parents' bedroom. And then for the living room, I know I used the couches from Seasons. So I wanted to make sure because I feel like with Seasons, some of the colors are a little bit too vibrant for me. For example, like these couches, I'm happy that they have the neutral swatch just because the ones with like the orange couch cushions, I can't find myself using them, and I did kind of go back and forth. I don't think I used them for this build. I think I used the purple swatch. Just because I feel like they're just very vibrant, and I don't think they were working for this particular household. So I do go back and forth from switching them over and just trying to make them work just because I have never used them, I don't think. And I really wanted to, but I don't think it worked out. And then this room kind of changes a little bit with some of the items that I do place. I place like random little picture frames above the couch against the wall right there. And they're from Base Game. But then when I was doing one of the girls' bedrooms, I remembered that there's like the Seasons big picture frame, like the portraits. So I ended up using that instead. And then for the other wall, which is the bathroom, that empty room that you see right there is actually the guest bathroom. And for there, I placed a shelf. And then I wanted the Seasons shelf to work, but I feel like it was too bulky, and like once I sized it down, I feel like it was too small. Um, so I wasn't liking it. I probably could have used the tool mod to size it down to the perfect size. But right now, the tool mod has been giving me issues. I haven't been using it here recently. For some reason, whenever I do use it, my game like crashes or it freezes. I'm not sure if that's something that they've already fixed, but I haven't looked into it just yet. But yeah, if you do have the tool mod, that's probably something that you could do, is just sizing them down to a more precise sizing, so that way it doesn't look too weird whenever you're doing those changes. But yeah, so I just used the base game shelf, which I actually do like this shelf because I feel like it has clutter items already there, and I don't have to go in there and add more. I think there's only like one little spot where you can add something. And the reason I like it is because on the other shelves that I do use that come from base game, they're more empty like slots to where you can add things to it. And a lot of the times I end up forgetting because I'm moving quick, placing items, and then I have to go back in the screenshots and then place whatever items I feel like would match the Sims personalities living here. So but yeah, so I'm moving into the entryway now. For the entryway, I did use this dresser, the dresser that came from Seasons, which I really liked because I feel like normally I would have placed a regular other like table. I don't really use dressers for entryway tables, which you can. I feel like they're a really good um, replacement for it, but I feel like sometimes I think they're too bulky for the space that I have. Sometimes I don't have a big enough entryway space to where one can fit. So I ended up placing a rug from Base Game for the entryway, and I really wanted the blue rug to work out. But for some reason, I feel like it was clashing with the rest of the colors that I had going on in the entryway and in the living room because I'm pretty sure that is the wallpaper that ends up staying. Which I feel like it was fine just because I had certain accent pieces that kind of resembled like the rest of the house. So I had like um, the gold shelf right here that came from base game, or I don't know. I feel like it still meshed for some reason. I liked how it turned out. The only thing that I know for a fact I do place is the season portraits that are above the couch, and then I'm pretty sure I switch out the swatches for the couch. I think I used the purple ones if I'm not mistaken, either the blue or the purple. But yeah, I'm moving on into the parents' bedroom now. And then for the parents' bedroom, again, I feel like it resembles the dining room, and I really wanted to make sure I used like the base game nightstands and the bed. And I want to say I used a regular like entryway table for where the TV is at. There's a TV right in front of the bed on that wall. And I didn't want to use the Seasons dresser again just because I had already used it in the entryway. And I feel like I much rather had used it in the entryway because of the design that that dresser has. I feel like it added more of character for that smaller room. And then in the bedroom, I feel like I can add more objects to kind of bring more of the personality. So I didn't mind. I did choose the dresser that came from base game. And then one room that I actually did really like as well is the bathroom for the parents, which is the only bathroom on camera just because it resembles a lot of the other bathrooms. Like I used the same um, tile, but in a different color, I think. For the girls' bathroom is more pink. And I like that idea because I imagine that it's just their bathroom that they use. And then for the guest bathroom, it's blue. It's mostly blue. But for the parents, it's more of like a neutral color. I think I used brown. And I'm really pleased with how it came out. I was not too sure at first just because I don't like making bathrooms towards the front of the houses where it's like the main windows. Just because realistically, I feel like that would be weird having like big windows to the street in your bathroom. Um, but this is a sim, so it doesn't really matter. But that's my thought process. I usually try to avoid putting bathrooms directly in front of the house like that. I'm just cluttering up just random objects for the table right in front of the bed. I think I used some shoes for underneath the table, and then just doing random clutter items from base game for the nightstands. And I think I placed a chair near the door, and I want to say that's it for the bedroom. Um, I also do have like a working space kind of for the house. which is the nook that you see in the hallway, which is where I originally was going to place the parents' bedroom, but it just made sense to use this space wisely to make sure that there was like some type of working space for this family. And that's what I use that space for. So I go back into the parents' bathroom and officially do that one on camera. But I just wanted to make sure that I had plenty of room to place the items that I needed to for the bedrooms. And I kind of got carried away because this is my favorite bedroom in the house. Again, just because normally for like space theme, I do it for more of like a boys' bedroom. And then I wasn't too sure. I actually did not have the idea just yet until I placed the space rug. And I was like, it makes sense because even on the bed, which is the bed that comes from Seasons, on like the drapes that the bed has, it almost looks like stars in a way. And I feel like it matched really good with the rug. So I ended up taking that theme and just placing whatever I feel like was kind of like the similar color swatch or made sense to have. For example, those stars that do come from Seasons, I place them on the wall, and then I do place the stars twinkle lights as well. So anything that kind of gave me like space vibes is what I ended up placing in this bedroom. And then I think I do a plant for the dresser, and then maybe a lunchbox. I'm not sure. Or the piggy bank. The piggy bank and not a plant. The books is what I ended up choosing. And I don't clutter it too much. One, I feel like it's a smaller bedroom. And then two, I feel like it was enough for me. I feel like other builders do enjoy cluttering it up more like precisely. Me, I feel like I kind of do it to a certain extent, and then in my head, my thought process behind it too is if you guys do download these houses and maybe play with like different types of Sims, you guys, it's easier for you guys to kind of switch around those clutter items to kind of make sense to your storyline. So that's kind of my thought process behind it too. But anyways, I do move on into the study nook is what I'm going to call it. So I really like this space as well because I ended up placing a shelf attached to the desk to kind of extend it. And I know your Sims won't be able to use it as part of the desk, but I just like the idea behind it. And I placed maybe like a book on top of it and maybe like a pencil holder maybe, or maybe just some books. But yeah, I really liked how that turned out because it's kind of an extension to that desk or maybe even like a built-in. So I'm really happy with how it looked. This whole area, honestly, I feel like most of the time I do the same items for the hallways leading into the bedrooms. But again, because this is a limited build, I kind of feel like it pushed me out of using the items that I normally don't use. For example, this lamp normally I do not use in my builds just because it's kind of like a weird lamp. But I feel like it was a pretty space to put it at. So I'm really pleased with how it came out. And then for the desk, I just used the pencil holder and the CDs. So a lot of clutter items from base game mainly. And then I do place a chair in front of the shelf to kind of make it look like it's a working desk. And I think the chair, it is from base game, but I think it's a pull chair or like an outside chair. But I like it. I feel like it was kind of funky, and I liked it because it looked like you can kind of like swivel in it. So maybe just like a little lounge chair there. So I'm really pleased with how it came out. And then after this, I want to say I do go into the parents' bathroom, and I used a lot of base game, of course, because we don't really have items for Seasons for bathrooms. But normally, one thing that I noticed making this bathroom is normally for bathrooms in The Sims, I always try to place tile on like the actual wall for like the wallpaper. And like realistically, I don't think I've been in mini bathrooms where it's like fully all tile. It's normally just like the shower space. So I feel like I like that. It was more realistic to me because normally it is just regular wallpaper, or just regular paint. And I don't know. I feel like that just kind of made it look even more realistic. And I normally don't use this wallpaper that comes from Base Game. But I feel like it looked really good overall in this bathroom. I'm really pleased with how it came out. And I pretty much used like the same tile for the other bathrooms, again, just in different colors. And yeah, I'm really pleased with how it came out. So I am moving into the final bedroom now for the build. And for this bedroom, I really wanted for it to be a yellow bedroom just because I don't think I've ever built something yellow, like at least that vibrant in The Sims. But I was not liking how it was looking. So I ended up going back to the blues colors, and I ended up using like this teal wallpaper. And then I still use that bed that came from Seasons. Um, I don't think I don't think the orange swatch stays. I think I do like the green one. I might be mistaken. I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, I just kind of put random little items. I didn't really think much of the Sims personality, but just tried using items that I normally would not use together. I don't think I've ever used this dresser with the star mirror, so um, yeah, I just wanted it to look a little bit different from my other builds, and I feel like I kind of accomplished it. And I try to think about what a teenager would have, especially like in the early 2000s. I feel like we always had like a CD player or like a boom box, or like a radio or something, for CDs for music. So I place that CD player, speaker, sound machine, music machine in the bedroom. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't really do much to the nightstand. I think I just do a lamp, or this one that came from Base Game. For some reason, I thought it came from the high school years, but no, it's Base Game. I feel like because we had some items like that did come from the high school pack. For I don't know why I thought it was one of those items, so that's why that's why I paused there for a minute. But no, it is Base Game, which I don't think I used, or did I place it on? Yes, I placed it on the dresser. But yeah, so this is pretty much it for the inside of the house. I do move on to the outside now. And then for the outside, they don't really have much of a big yard just because I feel like the garage takes up a lot of the space. But I did have enough room to place a swing set, and I do just some plants, and then of course the outdoor dining table. I also do place a grill towards the side of the door of the house, and maybe like some benches. I don't really do much to the outside besides that. But I'm really pleased with how it came out because I do place the door to the garage on the exterior to like where the side of the garage is. And I don't know, I just feel like it was a nice idea to kind of have it right there. And I feel like it just kind of meshed really well. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. I feel like this is a good outdoor space for the family. And yeah, I'm really pleased with it. Not much to it. So I am going to move on into the garage here in just a moment. And I wasn't really thinking at first what exactly I was going to do to the garage. Because normally for actual garage builds, in my builds, I normally don't make them into a garage. I normally have another room in the garage, whether it be an office, a bedroom, a bathroom, or something to actually be part of the house. So it's a fake garage, but it's always usually attached to the house itself. So this was a little bit different, and I ended up just making it into maybe like a working space, a workout room, a storage space, all the above. And I'm really pleased with how it came out because I feel like this is probably a good hangout spot for whoever is working out. I do place that painting stand. So again, I feel like this is just like a recreational garage. Or maybe did I not leave the painting one? Maybe I was thinking about it and then I saw the workout equipment and I ended up placing that. But I know I do have like the flower arrangement table. I'm not sure what it's called. But I do keep that. And then just random little storage boxes or crates that I feel like you would find in a garage. I have the punching bag and then also the telescope, random sports equipment there on the floor. And I used the base game shelf. And I think I sized it up. I'm not sure. Or it might be just the size of that it is. It's just a big shelf. But I ended up placing it there. And yeah, I'm really pleased with how it came out. I just do the last touches, adding more greenery, more landscaping. I feel like this space near the side of the door was very empty. So I actually brought out more of the landscaping and let it fill up to where the concrete starts for the driveway. And then for the actual front porch, I want to say I just do a bench there and maybe some more flowers. But yeah, we are going to be coming into the screenshots now. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know of any ideas or suggestions that you guys may have down in the comments below. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.
Into your eyes, I see we're out of time. I guess no one's to blame, nobody crossed the line. I guess we couldn't see, somehow we couldn't feel. Maybe we rose too fast, maybe we got too high. But will be no hard goodbyes, thank God we're civilized. Beyond our separate ways as we fade into gray. But I still miss the way you used to feel. Maybe we rose too fast, maybe we got too high. Yeah. Guess we wanna believe that it's not too late. And what do we care to dream? We gotta believe it is not too late. I guess we couldn't see, somehow we couldn't feel. Maybe we rose too fast, maybe we got too high. But I remember days I wonder we were always gonna last. will be no hard goodbyes, thank God we're civilized. Be on our separate ways as we fade.